Welcome back, everybody, and we're back to planting again. I have gotten several of the plants potted out. We do have some left, and then we have several down below that actually are not big enough yet to plant out. So this is what we're going to work on today. Let's go through them up close here. So I have two varieties of calendula. That's a pink, either sunrise or pink surprise. I'm not sure which. I thought I had planted this as a autumn beauty dwarf, or autumn beauty sunflower, excuse me. This is not what's growing apparently. I used a plant app. It said it was a common zinnia. I don't have a common zinnia that I planted. I planted zinnias, but they don't look like this. So we're just going to call this a mystery plant. Down here we have just a nice little wildflower mix, and over here are actual sunflowers, and I believe this guy is also a zinnia. So that could be a zinnia because the leaf formations look the same. It's a mystery plant. We're going to run with that. Anyways, over here I'm also planting out feverfew down here, chamomile here, and over here is hyssop that we're also going to put in pots. This, of course, is our Roma tomatoes right here. Actually, our San Marzano. I planted Roma last year. This is San Marzanos. And then over here are all of our varieties of bell peppers. Those are going in the ground. We've got rain coming late tonight and tomorrow, and then we have potentially a week of sunshine. So those and a few others downstairs will be going in the ground. And like I said, there's some others in seed trays that are still not quite big enough to go into pots. So I'm going to focus on the ones that I can put in pots today, and then we're going to be moving on to a couple of other projects. So I shall return. Let me get these guys in their little homes, and we'll get busy with other fun things. Good morning, my friends. And after yesterday, I got quite a bit planted in the buckets out there. But then rain happened. A lot of rain. It should be gone by later this evening, but it's been raining close to 24 hours. So yesterday I got rained out, as I said, and we stopped when I still had these 4 guys left to go in pots. The other plants downstairs, I'm going to give you a little quick tour of them here in a minute, but they're not quite big enough to go into pots yet. But the thing, and we're going to see this together, we had, when the storm rolled in last night, we had an amazing amount of wind. Like my house was shaking kind of wind. So we're going to find out together how those plants look. I got my umbrella, and hopefully we can stay dry. Here, let's go see how they're doing. Alrighty. They actually look great. Yay. Nobody looks beat up. Nobody looks battered, and even my chamomile continued to bloom. So, okay, that is very reassuring to say the least. Yay! I'm so happy. I was really, really worried. Really concerned, but no, everyone looks wonderful. Yay! Alrighty. Let's see if I can make it back into the house here. You're gonna look at my umbrella for a second here. Okay. Whew. Alrighty. Well then, what we're going to do is, let's go check on the kids downstairs. Okay, we are back. And we are downstairs now, and as you can see, some things have taken place. As you can tell, I've got some tomato plants that desperately need to be planted out, but with the weather, I was not able to do so. So they're looking a tad rough and tumble, but they're actually very healthy. They're not overwatered. They're growing strong. As you can see down here, we lost a couple. The sage back here kind of bit the dust on me. I'm going to replant the sage. This feverfew over here, I'm going to replant because it has some sort of weird I want to say that this is not part of the plant because you can actually see some regular leaves right here, but then you've got all this grass. So I'm not going to get rid of that plant, but I'm going to plant more just to be sure that everything is kind of kosher. This tomato plant right here is not doing so great. Do I need to water? Yeah, probably need to water a little bit. That should help. In the back here are the peppers, and the peppers are very happy. They're very happy. Now over here, we started all of our cold stratified seeds. So all of the snapdragons and the strawberries, that kind of thing. And I don't believe we've had any activity yet. I need to spritz them with some water. Yeah, still quiet on the home front there. And then I've got a few more over here in the back there that I have also started that were the cold stratify. But as I said earlier at one point, that like this one can be planted, the marigolds can be planted, but there's a couple like the Thai basil back here that's still really tiny. The parsley's still really tiny. So some of the stuff I'm not quite ready to plant out yet, but stuff like this, yeah, we can put that in. So there are some that I will be able to transplant into pots starting tomorrow. But as far as the ground planting, for the in-ground garden, I'm probably going to have to wait an extra day just because the ground is going to be super muddy. Over here, I was going to show you this. I really thought that my rosemary was a lost cause because, as you know, we found this out together. I had some algae issues. I did use my baking soda water and a couple drops of the dish soap formula from Luke at My Gardener. And it helped enough that even though you can still see that green right there, I actually did get my rosemary to start coming along. And it's actually improved even from yesterday. It's pretty cool. And there's even a bigger guy right back here. So I'm probably going to treat them again and just keep maneuvering with them. I was hoping for 4 plants so I'd have even numbers. So I may start a few more of the rosemary again, just to kind of be sure I've got enough rosemary, because I will plan on needing about a year's supply of that if I can pull it off. So that's these guys over here, and salad mix over there. That actually goes on the back deck, so it's closer to the kitchen. And then over here are the big boys. These are definitely going in the ground, but then we have, and this poor little guy right here keeps vying for light. And I think this is cucumbers. Turn you around here. Yep, pickling cucumbers. Is determined to grow over the top of these poor babies right here. These are the double poppy mix, or double mixed poppies. I can't remember what it is. Really pretty flowers. Never grown them before. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, as you can tell, some more salad mixes. I've got iceberg lettuce. I've got cabbage in here, Savoy. I've got some yellow onions back there, way back there. And so some of these bigger ones, like I said, can go in the ground now, but I've got to wait at least a couple of days just because I won't be able to get anything but mud. But like these guys are super tiny right now. I'm going to have to replant dill. I've probably got about 4 plants that I'm going to have to redo again. This last one right here that I'm going to show you is kind of a kick. Look at how healthy this is. This is a jack-o'-lantern, and it has been broken twice. And I initially set it aside because it's like, well, it's going to die. There's no point keeping it. And then it just kept going. So it's like, well, she's a tough old broad. Let's keep her. So she is doing her thing, and I'm just letting her do her thing. I'm going to keep taking care of her. And clearly she is not down for the count. So we're going to hang on to her, and hopefully she'll keep going. So this is kind of where we're at for the seedlings for right now. And now I think it's time to head upstairs, and we'll talk about how I meal plan and how I meal plan specifically for doing bulk recipes. I am back, and what I thought I would do is just take a moment and kind of show you how I go about planning not only videos, but how I plan meals for the week, month, whatever I'm planning on doing. Specifically, as I said before, bulk cooking days, because my time is limited like many of us. And if I can knock a bunch of things out in one fell swoop, that's just less I need to do down the road. So right here in front, you can see several notebooks, I guess, for want of a better term, journals, calendars, and things and such. How this started was I originally got this right here, and I love this guy. It's so pretty. And I kind of started this as my scheduler, but quickly discovered that it was better laid out for gardening issues, like plans. Like you've seen down below the original garden journal, I guess, for want of a better term, that I have, that I do all of my sketches, layouts, things I'm going to plant, when they need to be planted, etc. That was originally supposed to go in here, and what I ended up kind of coming up with was that it was hard for me to create a list and transfer a list and do all those things, when really what I had downstairs was working really well for me. So what I decided to do with this is that I would make short-term notes for the garden, but then I would also include a section in here where after I have the garden established, then I would take all of my sketches and notes and then do a final transfer, so that from year to year, I can go through and be like, okay, so last year I planted all of this. This is how I planted it. This is how it turned out. So at the end of that, then I've got my final notes of what worked, what didn't work, location, pest issues, non-pest issues, how prolific it was or how unprolific it was, any sort of amendments that I used that were successful or unsuccessful, so that, for that kind of thing. So that's pretty much what this book is. Now, over here is just a good old garden variety, like $3 steno pad, basically. And this is where I put all of my wild ideas as I go. So it'll contain pretty much everything. Video content ideas, grocery lists, short-term videos, long-term videos, any kind of notes I need to take for any given thing. Then it will get transferred to, and this is my Bible right here, it's my home planner. And I use a home planner, and I use it pretty religiously. And I love this particular one. I'm trying to remember the lady who puts this out. This was, I believe, with shipping, around $50. It was not exactly dirt cheap, but the things you get in this is pretty fantastic. And she sends out, gosh, I hope I can find out. I mean, you have stickers, you've got motivational quotes, you've got all kinds of things. Yeah, let me get my glasses on here. Okay, Passionate Penny Pincher. That's her website, Passionate Penny Pincher, and it's all one word.com. And it's an absolutely wonderful book because it not only has, like I said, the motivational things, but it also has really important things that you would otherwise, it's kind of like, the best way to put this, the end all be all of things you need to really run your house. Like here's a really good example of all the notations. Let's see if I can get it turned around for you here. So what you're going to have, and I'm sure everything is probably inverted, but there's a section here where you've got all of your daily stuff, like, cleaning the kitchen counters, wipe down the kitchen sink, your exercise, making the beds, starting laundry, all of those kinds of things. And you can check them off as you go. And then it breaks down into, cleaning projects, grocery, shopping lists. It even has in here, and I'm trying to find it, but it even has, company is coming checklist, which is fantastic. It also actually has a budget sheet in here, and it breaks down like everything. Like not only just like, your mortgage, your utilities, your food costs, but it has medical, dental, optical, it has entertainment, it has savings, your 401ks, your vacation funds, your Christmas funds. It has, pretty much a space for everything, so you can actually like budget everything down to the penny to see where you're really at every month. And I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's been very helpful. It has vacation checklists, not that I know what a vacation is, Christmas checklists, personal goals. It's just a really neat book, and it's helped me a great deal to get a better handle on my home, because it is a pretty big home. And there's just kind of like one of me. So, yes, there is just 3 people in the house, but still, I primarily do all the things. I even do a lot of the computer repairs and maintenance. I do a lot of the, of course, gardening and landscaping. I do all of the decorating. I do all of the upkeep, the cleaning, the cooking, you know, chief cook, bottle washer, that kind of thing. So a book like this, it's been essential to pretty much just keep me on track. Now, having said that, I don't have anything in my March notes, even though March is coming to a close, but it has been absolutely instrumental in keeping my head screwed on straight in a very, very busy lifestyle. So I've got this baby right here, but this is kind of the bones, the actual bones of what I do pretty much on a regular basis every day. I jot down all of my notes. Like today, I am planning for our next video, which should come out this Friday. And I tend to try and always upload on Tuesdays and Fridays. Now, sometimes it gets waylaid. We've had a lot of internet issues, and but we have gotten those since fixed. But I always try to upload twice a week, generally Tuesday and Friday. So, like today, for instance, I suddenly realized that it would behoove me to be able to put out more concise and better content for you guys if I break it down into 2 types of videos per week. Tuesdays do a little bit of a short form, Fridays do a longer one. And I think that's actually for the short term right now, because the garden is still growing, it's still getting put in the ground, we're still getting everything rolling as it being in March. Some short form videos are a little bit easier, I think, for all of us. I mean, you don't have necessarily a whole lot of time maybe to sit down twice a week and watch a very long video each time, but maybe you've got time for a little short video and then save a long one for another day. So that was an idea I had today. Menu planning. Okay, well, I just mentioned that I'm going to be doing my next video, which is going to be breakfast for the month. And it's going to be freezer friendly. It's going to be a huge cooking day. And I've got 5 different recipes here so far that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing my classic breakfast burritos. I'm going to be doing pancakes and breakfast casserole. I'm going to be doing oatmeal protein chocolate chip muffins and bacon cheddar bites. And all of those items can be made ahead and frozen, and I'm really, really excited about it. So this is what I'm going to be planning my menu on. So what am I going to buy for that? Well, I don't do a lot of grocery store flyers. I don't do like hunting for deals. And that really comes down to, I know the grocery stores I shop at, I know generally what they carry, and I generally know what is on sale that week. So I don't need to spend a lot of time poring over flyers or my phone looking for deals and coupons, because we generally shop at 2 places, sometimes a third one, but it's Walmart, and it's Kroger, and sometimes Food Lion or Food City, if they have like some screaming deals on something. So knowing those 2 stores that we primarily shop at, I already kind of know what they're going to carry. And so I'm going to say, okay, well, my next content for both to feed my family and myself, but also is a fun video, is breakfast for the month. Let's plan ahead. You know, how many eggs am I going to need? How much sausage? How much bacon? Do I have enough oatmeal? You know, all of those things. And then I'm going to go through my pantry, both upstairs here in the kitchen and then downstairs in our big pantry. I'm going to go through real quick and make an assessment. Do I have enough to make X amount of this recipe for the month that can be frozen? So that's how I meal plan. And then once I have my list, I either order my groceries online and have them delivered. Like today, because of the weather, I'm not really comfortable driving in heavy rain. So maybe I'll have them delivered, but generally I'll go in physically to the store. But I will go through each recipe, make a column of, okay, for the, say, bacon cheddar egg bites, I'll need bacon. I'll need shredded cheddar or blocks of cheddar so I can shred them myself. How many eggs will I need? How big of egg bites? How much per serving? Am I going to put one bigger egg bite or two smaller ones? So these are the kind of things that I think about when I'm planning out a menu. And the same goes for, okay, pancake mix. I have already that on stock in my pantry down below. I have one up here and one downstairs. I've got plenty. Breakfast casserole, again, super easy. It has a lot of the same components as a couple of the other recipes. So then I know, okay, if I'm going to need to buy breakfast sausage, I'm going to say to myself, I'll need to buy 6 rolls of that instead of 3, because that will cover 3 different meals. So you kind of see where it's going. And then I can break it down once I've done all my free writing of all the different ingredients I need. Then I'll start grouping it by category, and I will go the meats, the dairy, you know, the other ingredients, say like cheese or salsa or sour cream or tortillas, you know, that kind of thing. And then I will go through at the very end, I will be like, do I have enough nonstick cooking spray? Do I have enough Ziploc plastic bags? Do I have enough plastic wrap, aluminum foil? Do I have any of those things that would affect, you know, the finished product? And then once that's done, I can look through my list, be sure I've got all of my categories, and then I'm ready to go shopping. And that's pretty much how I do it. So I hope this helped a little bit to not only give you a little bit of an idea of how I come up with not only the video content that I come up with, but why I do what I do and how I go about doing it. Because I know that it's very daunting for many of us if you don't have a plan, if you don't know how to go about creating a plan. And there's a bazillion different content creators out there, influencers, people who write books, people who do blogs, people who do all the things, and they all have their spin on it, and it's all fine and well. But really what it comes down to is, okay, if I need to meal plan, how do I do it? Well, I always start with the recipe. What sounds good? What does my family and myself feel like eating tonight, tomorrow night, the next night? What sounds good? And then I just go from there. So it's kind of back engineering in a way. You pick a topic and then you break it down into its components to see what you need to make that final product. That was actually the first thing that you started with, if that makes sense. Anyways, thank you for listening to my rambling. I had a good time, and I'm glad I was able to share these things with you. Hope it helped. And the next video you see will be a big old batch cooking day, because we're doing a bunch of breakfasts that are freezer friendly and family friendly, and they will all keep, if stored properly in the freezer, for up to 6 months. So there you be. And it's also pretty cost effective. So I will see you shortly, and you all have a wonderful day. Hey, don't forget, like and subscribe for me. I love you, and I'll see you next time. You guys take care. Bye-bye.